Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the penultimate round of the Midwest F2 season, and it's taking place at the infamous Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari here in Imola. This 4.9-kilometer circuit features 19 corners with 9 to the right and then 10 to the left. Only the one DRS zone, which makes up for most of the overtaking opportunities, and drivers will especially need to be on their game mentally tonight to avoid track limits penalties, collisions with other drivers, and specifically their pit windows, with this ridiculously long pit lane. So here we are, the final round of the penultimate round of the F2 season. El Majaco currently has a 28-point lead over that of Cake Thomas. So if El Majaco, if I have my math correctly, El Majaco, if he is to finish either first or second, he will have the title wrapped up. Cake Thomas, in second, must at least outscore Jacko by 5 points tonight in order to stay in contention. That means finishing as much as first with the fastest lap or pole. This is if Jacko finishes third. He needs to win plus the fastest lap or pole. If Jacko finishes fourth, he has to have second, fastest lap or pole, fifth, third, plus the fastest lap, plus the pole. We're going to be along with Super here. Actually, no. Let's go along with Cake Thomas. This is the man we are looking at here today. Going through the first chicane there, that is through Tamburello, down this little street here into Villeneuve. Very crucial that you get your braking zone correct here. It looks like he has maybe a little slow. Oh, is he going to invalidate? Somehow he doesn't on his way into Tosa. Somehow he's kept all four. Well, he hasn't kept all four in the track. He did invalidate, didn't he? But he's up to third so far. It looks like El Majaco down to fifth so far. His reserve teammate of GSR Ryan Rod's actually outdoing him. Oh, Cake Thomas gets really wide. Somehow he holds on to the car. Wow, and that was going through Piratella there down into Aqua Minerale. You saw the big wiggle that he had. My, oh my, that got dangerously close there for the high-tech drivers. He now heads into the Alta chicane and then down the hill towards Rivazza. What was looking to be a decently top three worthy lap is now going to land him down in hot water somewhere between 5th and 10th, really wide through the first corner of the Rivazza section there. On exit into the DRS he goes. Let's see what he's got here. Ryan Rods looks like he's going to take pole, and he does. So El Majaco and Cake Thomas round out row number 2 in what is the most crucial race of the season as far as the championship. Corn F1 goes 10th. Shadow, whatever that is, in 11th. Oh, he's gone into the wrong car. He should have been in the dams, but we'll ignore that. And so, your qualifying order, GSR Ryan Rod's on pole, J-Na in second. Best qualifying result for the Prema team this season. Majaco third, Cake Thomas fourth, Joko in fifth, Super sixth, Beagle Hunter seventh, Will Ans in eighth, so a row 4 start for the Carlin team. A row 5 start for the MP team. A Spaceman and Corn go 9th and 10th, Shadow in 11th, Valentine in 12th. Shadow, by the way, making his Midwest F2 debut here today. He's picked the wrong car, hasn't he? But, no mind. Here we go. The drivers lining up on the grid. 17 cars out on track today. Let's see who has the best look of the starting grid lights here, hopefully. Hopefully we get a good clean race today. It's going to be tricky. This track, definitely one of the more difficult tracks on schedule. Infamous for many reasons. As the lights are coming on here for the penultimate round of the F2 season. And they're off. And I believe, off the line, GSR Ryan Rod's got a much better start. Even more crucially, though, El Majaco has gotten a better start than everybody. Cake Thomas not that far behind, however, but it's going to be side by side for first spot going into the first corner. GSR Ryan Rod's right there. Cake Thomas, he's going to swing by, try to pick up the third position around J-Na. It looks like GSR Ryan Rods really held up El Majacco there. A yellow flag towards the back. That's Shariah Coleslaw going around. No safety car at the moment there. No DNF. That's actually Spaceman, rather. But here we go. Kate Thomas right to the diffuser of El Majacco. Can he find a move into Toza? And no, it doesn't look to happen. Jaina around the outside. Can he potentially find a move? Looks like Will Ans has gotten around Corn F1. Someone's gone really wide, and a car's gone around back there that looks like Ray 46. Big off for him into the styrofoam advertising board. Jaina has gone round the outside of Cake Thomas, picked up the spot as well, and that puts Cake in not the best position. And as we expected, the drivers that started on the softs really making their way. And it looks like Ray 46 has DNF'd, going out of Piratella, and it's a virtual safety car on the opening lap. Very crucial beginning to the race here. Cake Thomas has stayed stagnant in P4. Majacco has found his way up to second of Jaina. Ray 46 has left the session into the pits, comes Unholy Red Eye, and Ray 46 also DNF. Jaina has picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Not ideal there, and I don't think Cake Thomas got the best exit to the Villeneuve chicane either. Behind him, Joko, I believe, got around Super as well, and it looks like Will Ans hot on the gearbox of Super here. To the right side, he goes on his way into Piratella. Can he make a move? Will Ans going to be able to hold that lead for now. He is on the softer compound tires as well, but this is the big thing here. If Cake Thomas can catch up to the two Virtuosi drivers ahead of him and potentially get DRS, he could make a move on Jacko. Jaina does have to serve that drive-through penalty within, I would assume, the next 2 laps. Cake Thomas, whoa, a big wiggle there. That's not gone well. He's lost even more room. And now Joko, he wants in on this battle for the top 5 as well. Currently P5 is Joko. He's got Will Ans in behind. Shariah getting around Super there. Very good move, it seemed. Into the pits now. Does Jaina come in? No, he doesn't. Ryan Rod stays out another lap. He does pick up the fastest lap as well. DRS has been enabled, but who is going to be able to use it? Cake Thomas has found himself into such a hole here. Will Ans to the left side on Joko as they head into, what is this, the Tamburello chicane. I believe contact was potentially made there. Was it? Because suddenly Will Ans has fallen off of Joko here. Corn F1 is going to potentially look to the inside through the Villeneuve chicane. Nothing happening just yet. Although that looked to be a close move. Does GSR Ryan Rods here play the team game, although he's not officially part of this team? Does he potentially try to let Jacko go through? I will say right now, it seems like Cake Thomas has so much work to do, and we've seen a few times already, he is definitely struggling with that high-tech car. Oh, and I believe he's going to pick up another warning there. Oh, he slid the tires! Holds onto it somehow! Joko, can he find a move potentially now? Cake Thomas is struggling so much with the car. He goes wide again! He's going to definitely pick up a warning there. How is he not on 3 seconds of penalty? Meanwhile, at the top of the grid, it's a 6/10 of a second gap between that of GSR Ryan Rods and El Majacco. Now, this is the thing. This is what I'm most concerned about. Do these two drivers have any idea about the team game that they're going to have to play? Will Ans, can he find his way around Corn now? And he does. Corn made a big mistake going through Aqua Minerale, and Will was able to make the move. Nicely done there from the Carlin driver. A little bit slow through the chicane. Some wheel spin there. Killer XL, 3 seconds for multiple warnings. That's going to hinder him and his progress that he's made a lot. Because realistically, both these drivers are going to have the same pit window, kinda. Who takes the lead of the pit window? Ryan Rod sets the fastest lap. El Majacco not far in behind. Jaina coming in to serve his drive-through now. That moves Cake Thomas to 3rd, Will Ans to 4th. But mind you, El Majacco in 2nd place. I believe this will win him the championship if he finishes within the top 2 spots. Something like that, at least. Will Ans, can he find the inside by Cake Thomas here? Doesn't quite. Still looking for it now as they head into Piratella. Will Ans wanted the inside. Doesn't quite make it happen. He's all over the gearbox of the high-tech of Cake Thomas, though. Does Cake Thomas fold under the pressure? Or does he perhaps... Oh, Will has gotten a terrible go through Aqua Minerale there, and Joko is going to get the spot round the right side. into Alta Chicane now, and Joko did eventually pick up the spot after that mistake there by Will Ans. Corn F1. Joko made a mistake there going through Villeneuve. Corn F1 down to the inside. Contact being made. Big slide there for Corn, but he holds on to it somehow. That really backs up Killer XL. Shadow picking up 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. It's not been his best showing so far. Right into the gearbox there of Corn F1 goes Killer XL. Big bump there. And no, EDA Monkey Mafia's gone off. Could this mean a safety car? He's off to the inside of the track, off the Villeneuve chicane. Could it be a safety car? All is quiet for now on the race director front. I believe he's off track enough to where that won't necessarily be a problem, but it's yet another 0-point scoring day for that of the HWA team. No safety car, no VSC. Killer XL, can he find the move around Joko perhaps? To the left side he goes, down the pit straight. Through turn 1, I think. Yeah, that is turn 1 for some reason. He does make the move happen. Corn F1 in hot pursuit as well. He wants the gearbox of Joko as well. Big bump right there. Still nothing happening. El Majacco now within 3/10. We have a car that's gone off somewhere. It looks like perhaps it's Shadow who's had an off again. Not what you wanted to see at all. Valentine picking up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. It looks like Shadow's gone off again. And he's picked up another styrofoam advertising board with him. El Majacco now. Can he find the left side of GSR Ryan Rod? These guys are rivals in Division 1. They're teammates today. Heavy over the curbing goes Jacko. Big slide on exit. That's lost him a lot of time. Cake Thomas, mind you, has fallen back 6 seconds off the pace. And that gap back to Will Ans, holding stagnant about a second and a half, roughly, as Joko now picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. An additional second to the back of El Majacco. No, and Shadow's gone off. He's DNF'd. And a virtual safety car on track. Remember, you cannot make your necessary stop, your required stop, under virtual safety car. And has he legitimately crashed? I think he has. Really hoping he hasn't retired on track. That would be a big no-no there. Doesn't look like he has, thankfully. But remember, you're not allowed to make your required stop under the virtual safety car. You'll have to wait at least another lap. Will that be changing this time by? Who comes in? Does a double stack happen and throw both of these drivers off? Because remember, double stacks are not ideal in the F2 cars. Who comes in, who stays out? It looks like Ryan Rods comes in, forcing Majacco to stay out another lap. Will Ans, does he follow suit and come in? The answer is yes. Killer XL, he comes in. Corn F1, he also comes in. Onto the brakes they go, and both Corn F1 and Killer XL picking up penalties for speeding into the pit lane. Purple Sector 2 then for Cake Thomas. Who finds the advantage here? Majacco, remember, has stayed out. How much is he struggling on these tires? Can Cake Thomas make up spots? Coming to the pit straight now. Does he have DRS on Corn F on Beagle Hunter? No, he does not. El Majacco, it's a 37-second gap back to that of Ryan Rods. Cake Thomas, where does he come out? He comes out and somehow makes it around Will Ans. Does El Majacco fall off behind that of Cake Thomas? Majacco falling off 3/10, it seems. Just in the last lap, Cake Thomas has made up, is now starting to lose a bit of ground as Killer XL getting around Will Ans there. Cake Thomas doesn't seem to be gaining the ground fast enough to catch up to Jacko. As Will Ans, did he get the position back? No, but Killer XL's gone off and then retires on track. Does a safety car come out? Does a virtual safety car come out? Yellow flag still out on track. Killer XL leaving the session and retiring on track as well. That is a big no-no for the ART driver. Still the yellow flag in Sector 1. Cake Thomas within now 4 seconds. Just teetering back and forth. Purple Sector 2, though, from the high-tech driver. 4 laps to go. Cake Thomas is slow. Ooh, Shariah Coleslaw gotten around Valentine there. To the inside they go through the Tamburello chicane. That actually seemed to be a pretty solid move there, it did. Valentine doing his best he can to stay to the high-tech of Shariah Coleslaw. With 3 laps to go, that's one heck of a task. To the inside now of Will Ans goes Korn F1. Now remember, Korn does have the 5-second penalty, so that position won't necessarily matter at the end of the day. Korn F1, that puts him up to 8 seconds now. Will Ans still creeping in to within Korn F1 here. Beagle Hunter, will he be able to make a move around Valentine for the 7th spot? Cake Thomas, that gap now outside of 4 seconds. Big wiggle there for both Valentine and Beagle Hunter. Beagle Hunter down to the inside on the Prema, and it looks like, is that Super in there as well? Does Super want the move? Beagle Hunter makes the move. Remember, Super and Valentine are battling for position here. They're both on 3 seconds of penalty. Speaking of 3 seconds, Will Ans has just picked up 3 seconds, not what he needed. Super now getting around the outside of Valentine, going through Toza. Some great action here from the F2 guys. Cake Thomas still trying, scratching his way to try to salvage what he can. Super under pressure from Valentine. Both drivers going wide, going through the Alta chicane. Valentine, is he going to look for perhaps the right side? Now, can he perhaps find the inside? And he does. Heavy on the brakes, contact being made. Both drivers big there. Cake Thomas has been overtaken by Korn. Cake Thomas really seems to be struggling with the car. Cake Thomas down to P4, although he'll get the position back. So he will still be finishing P3. Remember, final lap of the Grand Prix. Valentine and Super, I'm surprised neither of them went into the gravel going through Rivazza. Somehow they didn't. Meanwhile, it's Ryan Rods out front. El Majacco in second, crucially. With this, he will have an entire race gap on Cake Thomas in the championship. Ryan Raw, if El Majacco to lose the championship next week, will have to DNF, not get pole, or not get the fastest lap. Cake Thomas will have to do all three. GSR Ryan Rods wins the Grand Prix. El Majacco comes home second. Cake Thomas in third. Will Ans in fourth. A huge day for the Virtuosi team. Korn F1 does, I think, eventually get fifth. Shariah sixth. Not bad at all. Fifth and seventh, I believe that is the best result for Beagle Hunter. Valentine comes home eighth. I think one of his better results of the season. Super in ninth. Jaina, after starting P2, is going to come home 10th, and Spaceman's going to be rounding out the field in P11. But more importantly, it is El Majacco who has, for the time being, wrapped up the championship. So after it's all said and done here in Imola, GSR Ryan Rods picks up the win after starting in first, Majako in second, Kate Thomas third, Will Ans in fourth, Corn F1 fifth, Shariah Coleslaw sixth, Beagle Hunter, I believe his best result in seventh, eighth is Valentine, ninth Super, 10th J-Naw, 11th, rounding out the field of finishers, is Spaceman, and everyone else behind has DNF'd from the session. Very crucial day in the championship, and next week it all comes to a close at the Circuit of Americas, and we will see you then.